Xbox has an all new marketing campaign out right now that has the internet basically on fire. This is an Xbox, and they're talking about how your TV is an Xbox, your phone is an Xbox, and the internet is not happy about it. Let's talk about why right now. So if you haven't seen the video yet, I've had it running on a loop basically all day 24/7. Just kidding. I have it on loop for this video. But you're watching this on an Xbox, play Xbox on these Xboxes. And a lot of people have been talking about how they don't particularly like this strategy. There's a lot of fear about how Xbox could abandon the console someday after this advertisement came out. And for me, this has been a stance that they've had for definitely the last year. They've been loud and clear about what their plans are, about how they plan to release more games on the PlayStation 5 and what they plan to do with their ecosystem going forward. So my reaction to it wasn't as sour as most. I was like, okay, like they're making it loud and clear that everything is an Xbox. They want people to be able to play games everywhere. Satya Nadella even said as much during the FTC trial that he doesn't necessarily like the idea of console exclusivity. They even went so far as to put out a "What is an Xbox?" So you think you know Xbox, and you can take a little quiz. It's funny. I think it's sort of funny. Is this an Xbox? Yes, I got it. Is this an Xbox? We'll say yes. Nope, that is a cat in a litter box. But what they're saying is you can play a lot of different places, and it's sort of like supposed to be tongue-in-cheek and fun. They did confirm the other day that they are making a handheld, and that you can expect Xbox games everywhere in the future. So let's go over some of the community reactions. Jez Corden, longtime Xbox fan, he works over at Windows Central. He posted this, and it's a reaction to Jeff Keighley's thing, and this is an Xbox, is an Xbox for your lap, etc., etc. A lot of people have been obviously making the joke that a PlayStation 5 is an Xbox, sort of poking fun at the whole marketing thing. And Jez said the following: Xbox new marketing reminds me of the dissonance from 2013. It's in line with the way things are trending, but misaligned with sentiment. Just seems mad on cool and capitulatory, which is the opposite of what a marketing campaign should be. There's nothing cool about this, lol. Main issue is xCloud isn't an Xbox, Asus ROG Ally isn't an Xbox, PC isn't an Xbox. I can run 99% of my games on these. I can't run 99% of my games on these devices. They couldn't be further from Xbox right now. They might be someday, but they're marketing based on plans that haven't been realized again. And a lot of people are guessing that this was originally the plan from the team to launch the mobile store that was talked about by Sarah Bond, and they just sort of went ahead with it anyway, and this is the reaction. Some other reactions, like I said, and soon these will be Xboxes. Oh, wait. And obviously a GIF of a Nintendo Switch and a GIF of a PlayStation 5, which has a bunch of Xbox games on it. So on the one hand, I do understand where people are coming from. There's this great fear that basically they're going to lose access to this ecosystem, or at some point Microsoft will just stop making consoles and stop making the games that they love and just release them everywhere. And then they sort of feel like, well, why did I even buy an Xbox in the first place? Phil Spencer did say the following, though, just sort of address that for a second. To his credit, Spencer knows very well that some fans would ultimately be turned off by the campaign, having said that some people long for the simplicity of a single box, single platform, single game, but also noted that today's largest gamers are bigger than any of the individual platforms. And I think even like I got community noted, and the study that they linked me to was a study that said people play in more places than ever before. And in order to get users into their games, users would prefer being able to play that game on whatever device they happen to be playing on at the moment. So if you're on PlayStation, let's say you're a PlayStation 5 gamer, do you want to buy an Xbox to play Sea of Thieves? Not particularly. Well, now you can just play it on the PlayStation. But that also gets at the heart of the fear of why Xbox fans are concerned that Xbox is going to go full party and they're just not going to have any exclusives. So really, they're just playing on a PC. Some statistics to that topic. Among US teens aged 13 to 18 years old, from the thing I got community noted on, 46% play games on mobile, 27% through a video console, and 17% on a computer. So that's 27% console and 63% on mobile and PC. And that was from a study conducted in 2022. And my argument is, I think console manufacturers know that there's sort of a ceiling to how many consoles that you can sell. Xbox's ceiling seems to be around, I want to say 60 million units total sell through, and PlayStation is around 100 million units, probably by the end of their life cycle. And they realize that, okay, even PlayStation's realizing as they release more and more games on PC quicker, that they need to figure out a way to expand their reach. And I think that's what this marketing campaign is about more than anything. So lifetime console sales, the PS2, 155 million, the DS was 154 million. The Switch is, last I could see, 146 million, but I believe they've passed the PS2 at this point. The Game Boy is 118 million, PS4 117 million, PS1 102 million, PS3 87 million, and 360 84 million. Now I've had Michael Pachter on the channel a few times, and he points out that the console market kind of has hit its ceiling. It isn't really growing. Or if it is growing, it's like a 1% growth versus a massive growth like we're seeing on PC and mobile right now is quite hot because a lot of users are able to play games on those devices, but the type of games aren't quite what core gamers like myself, and I'm sure the people watching this video, would consider a game. And that's why we get sentiment like this. If everything is an Xbox, then nothing is an Xbox. This is terrible marketing. Xbox have abandoned everything that made the Xbox and Xbox 360 so successful. PlayStation and Nintendo have exclusives that sell the platform. Xbox is openly admitting they have nothing. So people are really sour on this campaign. And I just want to say, like any opinion that I happen to have on the particular marketing strategy, it doesn't detract from the idea of or how you're feeling or what your personal reaction is to this. If you want to know my personal reaction, which again has no impact on how you feel, and I hear how the community out there is feeling, long story short, I think Xbox needed to rip this Band-Aid off and be super direct about what their plans are for the future. And one of those plans are to keep making consoles. They've made it very, like, I don't know how many times they need to say it, but the console is not going away. Xbox boss Phil Spencer says we'll definitely do more consoles as well as other devices in the future, but seems against a mid-generation leap like the PS5 Pro. And I think Xbox getting into mobile would be a huge W for Microsoft and the Xbox brand. They need to figure out a way to sort of shake things up and get people, new users interested in the Xbox platform, and also entice their existing users. And I think the handheld is a great idea. And while they're tearing down barriers for their walled garden, as you would call it in the business, I have to imagine that they are looking at other ways to do that inversely, like having the Steam platform or the Epic Games platform available on their devices. Phil Spencer has admitted as much, at least with the Epic Games platform, which would allow access to more PC games and such on future consoles. I think we're at a time when the industry is changing. Kids are playing games like Roblox and Minecraft, and Roblox is like a whole industry into itself. Same with Fortnite. If you're more familiar with Fortnite, you can see that they're making games within games now, and that is a huge market for a lot of people. Same with Minecraft, which is owned by Microsoft. And I have to imagine Microsoft is looking at that and being like, well, how do we pay respect to our existing users? And they plan to continue doing that. They've made it abundantly clear that they're not abandoning the console. And I don't think that the console is going to die or be taken away from anybody. And I find it a little strange where I can say I like a marketing campaign more than most of the audience does, because it clearly paints a picture of what their strategy is. But also still like the console. Like, I don't have to be one or the other. I can be a little bit of both. I can say, okay, I get it. You can play Xbox on multiple devices. I think that's cool. I think that is a very pro-consumer move. And I always like things that are good for the consumer. But I think console purists who have invested a lot of money into the Xbox ecosystem are feeling a little bit upset and betrayed. And I can also understand that perspective also. So hopefully you can meet with me in the middle here on the gray and not be super upset by by my personal stance on it, because I can recognize where you're coming from. And I think longer term that this will be good for the Xbox brand, believe it or not. I know that's might be hard to believe right now, and we'll have to just see. Time will tell. Maybe I'll be eating a little bit of crow, but the console's still going to be there. That has me hype, and I'm excited to see what they do with the next generation of consoles. I'm excited to see their games coming in 2025. They have a really stellar lineup. But let me know how you're feeling about this in the conversation below, in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when my content goes live. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I do really appreciate you. And I appreciate all the comments on my thread there. A lot of people concerned basically about their platform going away. And I don't think it's going to go away, but I also get where that sentiment's coming from. Thank you so much to the members for supporting. If you want to support this channel, you can do so by clicking that join button right down there. I do greatly appreciate the members for saying, hey, we like what you do, Destin. Keep it up. I'm going to get out of here. Check out my video yesterday about the last big Xbox thing where they confirmed the handheld, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.